This morning's word is for the woman who has started to wonder if God forgot her name, the one who watches the prayer get answered for everybody else, the friend, the sister, the woman 3 pews over, and quietly does the math that maybe she just got skipped. The one who still shows up, still prays, still serves, but somewhere down underneath it all, a small, tired voice has started whispering, "Maybe he doesn't see me. Maybe I slipped through." If that's you this morning, daughter, feeling overlooked by the very God you keep showing up for, there is a letter in here with your name on it. Stay with me. Don't scroll past your own name. I'm not going to talk you out of the ache. Feeling forgotten is one of the loneliest things a heart can carry, and yours has been carrying it a while. Let me say the quiet part out loud with you, because pretending it isn't there has never healed anybody. You have wondered if your name fell off God's list. You have sat in church with your hands lifted and your heart asking, "Do you even still see me down here?" Let me sit in that with you a minute before I rush you anywhere. And hear me gently, daughter, all the way down, because I mean it. If feeling unseen has slid into feeling worthless, if some mornings the dark gets heavy enough that you don't want to be here, a word like this is encouragement, but it is not a substitute for a counselor, a doctor, or your pastor. Please let a real safe person help you carry it. Reaching for help is not small faith, sis. It is wisdom, and God is not ashamed of you for needing it. Now hear this. Feeling forgotten is not the same thing as being forgotten. The first is a wound. The second is a lie. And this morning we are going to put the truth back over the wound. If the woman God is already making you could sit down across from you this morning, both your hands wrapped around the same warm cup, the house still quiet, here is what she would want you to hear. She made it, not because the long unseen season suddenly ended in a week, but because she found out she had never once been invisible to God. The first thing she'd tell you is this: "I spent so many years sure I'd been overlooked that I missed how closely I was being kept. I was reading his silence as absence, and it was never absence. It was nearness I hadn't learned to feel yet." She'd tell you she stopped measuring whether God remembered her by whether her circumstances had changed, because the one who holds her was holding her the whole time the answer was still on its way. And hear me, daughter, because here is where I will not lie to you. I am not promising you that the thing you've been waiting to be seen in lands this week. The door opens. The phone rings. The season turns. That is not the payload of this letter, and any voice handing you a forecast and calling it faith is selling you something. What I am telling you is what is already true this morning. You were never skipped. You were never lost in the crowd. God has not looked away from you for one single second of this season that felt so silent. You are not forgotten, daughter. You are being formed, held in a love that has been watching you the entire time. And there is one verse the woman God is making you keeps coming back to on the mornings she feels unseen. Here is the verse she keeps. It is in Isaiah chapter 49, and you have to hear where it sits because the context is the whole gift. Just one breath before it, the people of God say the exact thing your heart has been whispering. Verse 14, "But Zion said, 'The Lord has forsaken me. My Lord has forgotten me.'" Did you hear that? The feeling you thought was just yours, the one you were almost ashamed of. It is written right there in the book. God let the ache stand on the page on purpose. And then, look how he answers it. He does not scold her for feeling it. He answers tender. Isaiah 49, verse 15. "Can a woman forget her nursing child that she should have no compassion on the son of her womb? Even these may forget, yet I will not forget you." Sit with that, daughter. He reaches for the most unforgettable love a human heart knows, a nursing mother and her baby. And then he says, even if that love could fail, mine cannot. And then verse 16, and this is the one I want you to walk out the door holding. Behold, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are continually before me. Engraved, not written in pencil where it can be rubbed out, not jotted on a list he might lose, carved into his own hands where he cannot look at his hands without seeing you. Now this is your auntie talking, not the verse. The God you were afraid had forgotten your name has it cut into his own skin. You are not out of his sight, daughter. You are carved into it. Put your hand on your heart for me, right over the place that has felt so unseen for so long, and say your name with me out loud if you can, in your spirit if the house is still asleep. Say, I have not been forgotten. Say it one more time, slower, like you are letting it land somewhere it can stay. I am engraved on the palms of his hands. The woman God is making you already lives there, daughter, no longer wondering if she got skipped because she knows now that she never did. You are just catching up to her this morning, and that is allowed. You don't have to feel it all the way yet. You only have to let the truth back in. His eyes have been on you the whole time. They never once left. So here is your word sealed. You came in this morning carrying a quiet question you were almost too tired to ask. Does God even still see me down here? Hear the truth sealed over it. The one you thought forgot, you has your name engraved on the palms of his hands. Carry these 3 things into your day, daughter of the King. You have not been forgotten. You are engraved on his hands. Feeling unseen is a wound, not a verdict, and his eyes have never once left you, not for a single second of the silence. You are his, and that settles it. Sit with one question today, daughter. Where have you been reading God's silence as God's absence? And what would change if you believed he was near the whole time? Tell me down in the comments. I read them like letters back. And tomorrow's word is for the woman who is bracing for the other shoe to drop. The one who can't quite let herself rest in good news. Come back for it, the way you'd come back to prayer.